Hello, I'm Medford here at Treasure Hut in Charleston, South Carolina. This is our jewelry, coin, and relic store. I think Lawson may be showing you some of the relics and art and various things that we buy and sell here. However, today we're here to announce a new product that we are carrying, and it's the Elvatech XRF Jewelry Lab. We also have the Handheld Prospector 3 gun XRF analyzer, but we will not be talking about it today. We're going to focus on the Jewelry Lab. We're just going to try to give a quick introduction to the lab and what it does. Lawson, if maybe you could come around behind me, they can see sort of what I can see. We have the Jewelry Lab connected to our computer over here. The center screen, what you see here, I can actually control with the mouse as well. Is exactly what we see over here on the Jewelry Lab. A few features about this lab that's special is that it is made strictly for our industry. This is the ElvaX Jewelry Lab. We have 3 modes of testing in it, and that's precious alloys without magnesium, plating thickness, and that's really the only 3 testing modes we need for the jewelry, coin, pawn industry. This particular model is fully configured with all of the accessories you can put on it, and some of them are needed for some stores and some of them are not, but we're going to just briefly touch on some of the special features. One of them that you don't see generally on a benchtop XRF is a nice scale built in, and this is a very high quality scale. We can weigh our sample, and then we can print out the results of our test here in the printer. This was an added accessory here. This is a glass top. When you open the detector, it's very safe. All the x-rays are contained in a lead-lined containment area. And we had the glass put in so the customer could look down in here and see their goods at all time while we're working on them, running the test. Even has a little screen here, Lawson will show you later on, that if you're a customer you can see on this side of the desk. This is the testing area of the machine right here, and we just have a little piece of thin mylar to protect dropping anything down in on the x-ray tube or the cameras. The machine does come with 2 cameras. It has a macro and a standard camera. The fully configured version even has a battery if you want to use it portable. And you can see our battery is fully charged, charged to 99%. We also, as we showed you earlier, have it connected to the computer. Very new machine. This one was actually manufactured June 2024. Very new technology, the latest in the market. It's one of the most accurate and fastest testers in the world. We use a SDD advanced technology with it to provide the speed. Our test takes in the precious metals alloy 3 to 5 seconds. Most testers do 10 to 20. What that means is you're using 25% of your x-ray tube's life per test compared to most other machines that use 4 times more. In addition to that, because of the technology we have and the advanced software that's been developed for it, it's the fastest machine in the world. 3 seconds and we've got a good reading on most any precious alloy you could introduce to the machine. I will give you a demonstration of how it works, so maybe I'll just take this ring off my hand. We have it set on precious alloys, so let's open precious alloys. Now what you're seeing in the camera right here is actually the light in the ceiling of the room, because the camera is pointing straight up. See my stylus right there? I'm going through the glass. I will open the detector, and I'm going to turn the scale on. You can set this where it comes on automatically if you prefer to use it with every measurement. We don't. We do when we're buying from a customer. The ring weighs 8.1 grams. That's now stored in the memory, and the computer built inside this tester, unlike many others that uses your computer's computer, has that knowledge in it already. and I am putting the collimator, which I have it set to 1 millimeter. Very few machines will go this small. You'll notice one of the advanced features of the fully configured machine is your ability to choose among 5 collimators. I'm using 1 millimeter where I can pinpoint on the little small ring exactly where I want to test. If I had a large piece of an item in there and wanted a bigger test area, I could go up to 5 millimeters. I'm happy with 1 millimeter. As we can see from the camera here, that's the macro shot. It's well in the gold there, and it's not up in the white gold that's on top of the ring. Now we're back, and we're going to run the test. I have it set to automatically start the test when I shut the lid. The lid is shut. You can notice X-rays are being emitted. And this is the first test, and it's doing the final result now. And it turns out that my ring is not plumb. This ring is from around 1862 to 65, Civil War period. It's 13.5 carat. No plating was detected. And what it's showing you here, and I'll show you how we set this up real quick later in the video, the ring weighs 8.10 grams, and it valued the ring on today's spot price at 80% of the value of gold in it. This is the price I might pay over the counter to a customer that wanted to buy the ring. The other 20% would be my profit. Now you can program this to show the exact amount of gold by spot market or whatever percentage you buy at. I'm just showing you an example. A lot of people that simply don't know what they're talking about on some of the Facebook channels I've seen thinks that this is a way to rip off customers. But it's no different than any app in the iPhone store, to where you put the percentage that your profit margin is on what you're buying. And it just makes buying a lot easier. You don't have to use it. You can turn it all off. There's settings where it can have the name of who's taking the test. Right now it says no name. I can turn it on where it says Medford Chason. It also has many fields we can customize in here to have a reference number to the test, or could be a sales ticket, appraisal, an over-the-counter buy number, whatever. It could describe the item. A lot of custom fields you could build for it. This is some of the options you see just for this part of the precious metals alloy part. We can measure spectrum composition or the fineness of precious metals. And here is where you put the price of AU in. Today you do it by the gram, and today 1 gram of 24 karat gold is worth $86.36. I want the sample price to deduct 20% from my profit, and that's why you've seen the smaller price for the grams that we tested. I have a update software patch and an email I need to put in tomorrow that will also give me additional weights and measures right here. They've added penny weights and troy ounces. So as soon as we do the software patch tomorrow, we could just put in the spot market price of gold, like 26.82, 86.20, and then it would work the same way. It doesn't matter which unit of measure that you use. That's just a lot easier than dividing the price of gold by 31.103 every day to get the gram price. And we'll say okay, happy with that. And you can see this ring has 56.6% of gold, 26.1% copper, 8% silver, 7.28% zinc, and 2.03% nickel. Now, let's say we're selling this ring to a customer. This is almost like a fingerprint because it's very difficult to get them to come out exact, even out of the same alloy of a casting. But we'll hit the, I'm sorry, that was the weight. Let's hit the print button. And now it's printing a little paper receipt. It's a slow thermal printer that will provide all of this information for us. It'll have the date, it'll put the name in there, and it'll have everything you see on the screen here on the ticket. We have already submitted a high resolution logo that'll say Treasure Hut with our logo above it and our URL under it that we'll be putting in as soon as they get it back to us. But this is what your slip comes out looking like if you use the built-in thermal printer. In print settings, you could use a laser printer if you have one, or an inkjet printer. So many options. Every one of the 3 testing modes is full of options, and then the home screen itself is full of options. So this is available now. Stick it on an appraisal, a sales receipt, or a buy receipt. It's proof of exactly what you bought or sold. And with the price of gold at pushing $3,000 an ounce, I would much rather pay for the 13.5 karat gold than I had 14 that it's stamped. This can save you a lot of money. It adds up over the years by paying exactly what you have. We've found some of the greatest discrepancies to be in teeth. I've been buying for 48 years and pretty much always been taught that most gold teeth are 16 karat. This is quickly proving that to be false. Of course, a lot of the newer teeth are different than the older teeth, but they have a lot of exotic alloys in them, and they range anywhere from 10 karat to 21 or 22 karat, depending on what dentist made them and how they decided to cast them. So it's very easy to run a test with it. How about if you had a piece of jewelry that was gold plated or gold filled and you didn't know it? That's one of the reasons this machine tests 79 elements and has the advanced computer program in it. It is better at testing and detecting fake platings and coatings that are on things. This is a Waterman fountain pen. We're going to put it in here, and the gold, I know for a fact, because I read the insert that came with it, is a heavy gold plating on the clip and cap and band. So here's a good little thick area, and we've already got the small collimator selected. We should be able to just set it right on here and put it right on it. I might be into the lacquer. Let's push it over just a hair. Whoops, went too far. There we go. We're dead in the middle of the little gold plated clip. So let's see what the machine thinks about a piece of gold plating. And it is testing now. It's measuring. The final result is 9.9 karat gold, but it says plating very possible. And it's showing the value of 80% of spot market for 9 karat gold for 1 gram, since we didn't weigh it. That's what that number means. And then this is what the gold plating consists of: 41.6% gold, 23.4% copper, 21.1% nickel, and 13.9 zinc. Now, when it says plating very possible, that's telling us we need to take it further. So let's go back to home page and let's test the plating thickness here. And this is the plating thickness coming up. And we'll let it finalize. Done. And it came out to be 1.16 micron thick. That's the thickness of the plating. This machine is capable of testing down 20 microns deep for gold and 40 microns deep for silver. And that doesn't sound like much mathematically, especially when a micron is only 1/1000th of a millimeter. But you must realize that 90% of the gold plating out there is a 1/2 micron to 1.5 microns thick, and gold filled generally rarely exceeds 3 to 4 microns thick, and we go down 20. So the only thing that might be deeper than 4 or 5 microns would be something that was manufactured to deceive us in the first place. A good example would be one of the gold bars that's designed to be a counterfeit imitation of like a pamp bar that's full of tungsten and has a very thick gold shell around the tungsten. It would not penetrate that deep. And that's something that's not common. That's a very high-end and infrequently encountered counterfeit with the tungsten in it. And they use tungsten because it's closest to the atomic number of gold, and it can be made to be almost the exact same size of gold. If you got your length and width perfect on a bar, it would only be a fraction of a hair taller or thicker, and that would be another way to detect that bar. So it does pick up your plating thickness, and this is testing for gold plating. Again, with your options here under plating, we could test for silver, nickel, zinc, and there's other platings down here like rhodium and things of that nature. There's all kinds of features here I will show you too on the plating thickness. You can have averaging. You can also have this on very high-end items you might be considering purchasing. I hit that too quick. Under averaging, you can pick to average 3 measurements, 5, or average whatever number of measurements you stick in there. That just means it's going to run 3 tests and give you the average of all 3 tests. Right now it's running 2 when we have no averaging. This is the duration. I have it set for 5 seconds. I could set it for 3, 20, whatever I wanted. We were testing some silver earlier today, and we set it up from 3 to 5. Again, now we'll go back to the home page, and we have our choice of the categories to choose from here. Let's remove the gold-plated pin. Again, this was primarily to give you an overview, not to go into great detail on all the things that the tester can do. This is a little cup. You get several of these, and you put a little piece of your mylar on there, and you can test waters. So if you have lead in it, you could put powders in there and test for alloys that shouldn't be in perhaps a powder mixture that you're testing. The company makes multiple other machines that can test really any kind of gases or anything you want for whatever your work may be. This is designed for the jewelry industry. We don't have it set up for a forensic law enforcement lab or a building inspector's office to test things of that nature. You know, I've seen some mention of the feature of testing the Rolex steel. They use a rather unique steel in their watch bracelets. They generally have 904L, but certain years they did 304 and 316. Not only will this measure the 3 Rolex most popular steels that were used, but it'll detect hundreds of other alloys of steel, because we do have 79 elements in here that allow that to be easy to happen. That gives a little bit of an idea of how it tests. The lead glass, the window is extra, again, where the customer can see what's going on if you want them to. And when you're testing, it turns red, and we get the X-ray radiation symbol there to warn us of that. People says it can't be done, and I did another video that's posted in our group called Treasure Traders on Facebook that precedes this video that I'm going to post here, that we were comparing some issues we had with the Sigma tester to the XRF and other methods of testing. And they said you can't test a coin on an XRF. Well, on the old technology you couldn't, but on the innovative technology and the software they've created here, absolutely you can. And every one of these coins are fakes, counterfeits, and it defined what each one of them had exactly. This fake flowing hair silver dollar has 58.54% copper, 34% zinc, 5% nickel, and 1% silver, 1.37, which is probably the plating that's on it. The gold, buffalo, copper, zinc, nickel, and 1.47%, which would be the plating that's on it. And each of these are broke down differently, but they're all fakes. Here's a bag full. We got another 1.5 gallons of pieces I saved over the years that my employees or I bought that were not real, and saved them for teaching. And this is the most perfect thing to teach with, is testing these on the Jewelry Lab. We're going to do lots of videos for you. We're going to do some on testing jewelry, some on testing coins and bullion, and get you very familiar with how all the features and options work. But tonight we just wanted you to see the machine and see it working. I had planned to do a little bit of the testing of these items here, but I'm sure my videos already exceeded the length I wanted. So I'll save some of this for the next video. If you have any questions, please let me know. We're posting the video, of course, on YouTube and Facebook. And on YouTube and Facebook, we'll give links of how you can contact us if you have questions. The beautiful thing about the Jewelry Lab is we can configure it. Lawson, I'm going to let you show the prices over here just to give people an idea. This is the jewelry lab we're looking at right here, and fully configured like the one you're looking at retails for $29,000. Till the end of the year, we're going to have it for $27,000. I hope we can stretch it that long. And next year it will definitely be back to $29,000. And then you can get a basic configuration for $18,500. We have introductory special of $17,500. You lose a ton of the features I was showing you, such as scales and printers and collimators and things of that nature, but we can build it to fit your needs for your operation. And another time we'll review the ElvaX Prospector 3 handheld analyzer, and this is really a special analyzer here in the market of handhelds. It is the lightest weight handheld on the market. It is the fastest. It is the most accurate. And we are actually, this particular gun and lab has been sold all over the world. It's manufactured in Kyiv, Ukraine, and we're in the process of moving 2 scientists from Kyiv right now to Las Vegas to begin handling any repairs should someone drop or break theirs, or any upgrades. I think my computer screen just timed out, or any upgrades it may need. They'll also be helping Jordan Light and I become more expert in customer service and knowledge of the machines. And soon after that, they'll be bringing a team and all of the Elvatech XRF machines will be fully assembled here in America. So they could be marketed as American made, if that means a lot to somebody. We fully support Ukraine as we do America, and we don't find that a big deal, but it will eliminate the cost of shipping to Ukraine and the wait time for a repair, or for one to be custom configured to your configuration that we wouldn't be stocking. Normally we would be stocking a fully configured lab, for example, and a basic one. And if you wanted to pick and choose things in the middle of here, it would have to be custom built for you. And in Vegas, once we get the assemblers there, would not take long at all. Right now, currently, it could take as long as 4 weeks to make the changes, build it to your configuration, and have it shipped from Ukraine to America. So that's something to know, that we definitely, not sure what that is popping up, we are definitely going to, let's see. Well, it doesn't matter. It's just covering up Treasure Hut. But that gives you an idea of the pricing. A lot of people, your prices are so high. Well, you know, that's why we say that it's the Rolls Royce of XRF testers. Sure, there's Volkswagen versions available by other makers. There's middle class versions out there. But I studied the machine and the company for 6 months. I'm actually in a nightly group chat with 2 of the scientists that develops it and keeps enhancing the software and the hardware. And because of that, and because of the quality that it is, I wanted to be a part of the best there is, the Rolls Royce of testers. You know, you get in a Volkswagen, you have a few bells and whistles. You get in a Rolls Royce, you have a lot more. And there's a whole lot more than what I've showed you tonight. Why this is the most accurate, the fastest, and the best XRF testers in the world. We'll have a lot more videos to explain more later, but I hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you for your time.